there's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. There's always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're going to have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. I don't know why as a kid when I heard It's the Climb, I always kind of read it as, like the name of the song is The Climb. It's the climb. It's the song we're singing. And then I'm quickly reminded of the video with the unhomed individual. And he talks about, you're running so fast to nowhere. It's about the journey, not the destination. And you hear this concept. You hear so many concepts growing up, right? But it takes life experiences and maturity to really understand them. And I think this song is just hitting me in the moment, because there's almost a sort of mourning in that too, right? To come to this conclusion that it really is not about the destination. We do all of these things. We conjure up these perfect endings, quote unquote, as children, as we're growing into young adults. But it really is the journey. It's the highs and lows of the path, right? We don't know what the end is. We genuinely don't know what the end is going to be. You can do all the quote unquote right things. You still just don't know. So it is the climb, right? And the concept of it's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move, right? It's always going to be something that's going to come up. If it ain't one thing, it's another, right? And as a human, that shit just is so hard to bear sometimes, right? It's so hard to grasp and not internalize and not personalize the catastrophic, it seems, things that happen in an instant, a moment's notice, right? So I think it's almost like forgiveness of self, that I'm always going to want to make it move, right? I'm always going to, I hope I can get to this point where that's not my first default. It's not my first action, is to resist. They say, resistance in pain equals suffering, right? I don't want to suffer in this lifetime. But I think constantly reminding myself that it's the climb, it's the journey, it's not the destination, and as I grow, as I learn, I make things more concrete. I'm more sure of myself. I'm more, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm, setting the stage for. But I can't lose myself in that vision. I can't lose myself in what I want, right? Because it's the journey. And I have to learn to surrender to that. I wonder what makes up surrendering. If pain and resistance makes up suffering, I guess surrendering is like pain and non-resistance. Why do both include sadness? Does surrendering have to look like happiness? Does anything have to look like happiness? Does anything have to look like anything? Really pushing myself to be more objective as I grow up, to take things less personally, truly, and to make it less about the ego. We put, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, this is happy, this is sad. It's like our ego. It's we want to make sense of things. We want to apply it to our lives, and we want to project that onto things. But at the end of the day, things really are just what they are. But again, I give myself grace because I'm only human. Of course, I'm trying to make sense of things. I'm trying to survive, right?